I guess this video goes out to Meatloaf, who died yesterday. I loved him in Fight Club, actually. All we're gonna hear is Meatloaf on the radio. Hello, welcome to a Z review that's showing up later in the day than normal, because today is January 21st, and you're watching this if you just got here on January 21st. I've had a rough week. I've had dealing with getting pasta back to Canada, and then tests, and then guests, and then just not being up to do reviews, and that has caused me to miss the launch of this, the new Hifiman dynamic closeback, which I'm gonna look at the name of it again because I'll never remember. It's the Hifiman HE R7DX. R7DX. Oh my god, I just realized how bad a name that is, because if someone asks you what kind of headphones they are, you're gonna say the R7DX. And they're going to look up R7DX, and they're not going to find it. So I've had them here for a little over a week, and I had them on the burn-in rig, as I always do, especially for a dynamic. And I'm like, you know what? I get it out today. Today's the day. It launched yesterday. I got to get it out today. No matter what. Hell or high water, 1 p.m. release, 12 o'clock release, whatever. But then I realized it's a $150 closeback, and I have just recently crowned 2 very good $150 closebacks. So that means I have to sit here with all 3 of them, because although I did this give a listen, I haven't done this. So I spent the last hour or so listening specifically to the one song was from Fight Club. I put it in the patronage chat. Hold on, I put the actual song in the patronage chat. Out. Dust Brothers Chemical Burn, I think it is. I think it's the Chemical Burn track, because that track I added it to the possible future sound demo tracks, because it has a really good low end, like doom, and using that and then using the sounds that it happens, like a Judge With and everything. It's an amazing song for that. Anyway, I just spent the last hour going back and forth between these 3 closeback headphones to try to determine if these Hifiman have any place where the Sivga SV021s exist, and then their bassier brother, the WGZ Blon B60s. And the answer is a surprising yes. And I say surprising because no one, including myself, has any faith in the Hifiman to make a good dynamic. I know that because I bought a Hifiman good dynamic, or, I'm sorry, I bought a Hifiman dynamic years ago. I had just started reviewing things on this channel. Someone sent me the HE400s. They were amazing. The HE500s, they blew my mind. Hifiman drops like $120 pair, $130 pair of HE350s. And I had them, and they rusted, and they were meh. And I ended up giving them to my brother, and he ended up going like, and then threw them away. Or threw them in a bin somewhere. So Hifiman hasn't ever really done dynamic stuff. And if you look at, all right, can we start off with the size conundrum? Because the Sivgas are not small, but they're like compact enough you could take them with their big pads, but holy fuck. I got these and I'm like, well, they just put a 100mm planar in there, didn't they? 110mm planar? They didn't. You could see the dynamic in there. They've gone with this shape. It's round. The finish on it is literally a fingerprint magnet. You're gonna have to clean these constantly, and you're gonna probably buy them after I give the review. Now here's the thing, completely different sound tunings from these. The Sivga OV21s are smooth, velvety, almost veiled. They are perfect. Close your eyes and get the fuck away. I don't really need every little nuance in the music. I just want to be lulled to sleep. The Blon B60s, which I didn't compare, by the way, the SV21s to the B60s when I did the B60s. So I'm like, you know what? How many closebacks are going to show up? I just want to give them all each their own video. So now that's all fuck out the window, because now we have 3 almost identical. I think these are $5 more than these 2 are the same price. This is $5 more. The B60s are the low-end kings. The SV21s can do low-end, but the B60s are here for low-end. They're here for that market segment. This is like the prettiest and most relaxing and the best built of the 3. We got this metal has no right being this smooth. No right. Like the only, I don't even like, fucking the Folk House Stelias over there, this is nicer than the thing on the Stelias, and it's the same sort of shape. So these are the executive membership with the big, thick, soft pads. Then you get the Blon B60s, which are a little more industrial. They're not quite as built as well as those. There's nothing wrong with them. They, as far as build goes, they're comfortable, they're light, and they throw kick-ass low end. The problem with these, I'll start with the problem, is they actually need more clamp. I put them on, and I put them on the test songs, and I'm like, where's the low end? And then I pushed my fingers against the cups, which are massive. And by the way, not a round pad. Like you look at it and go, oh, that's round. But then they added this bit for the plug, and they matched it with the fucking pad. So it doesn't even have the same size and style pad as like the Sundaras. Which, twofold here. That's great, because I could always love a teardrop shaped pad. Always. But you can't change pads, and I would like to try a different pad of this, and I don't think I can. You see, when you put them on your head, I've actually increased the clamp by doing this. By the way, I have pair 009. I did this because it's spring steel in there. So you just got to sort of like give more tension to the spring steel. Hold that for a second. Look at me shake. And then let it go. And then it'll sort of like, as long as you're not grabbing it by this part, hold it by the spring steel, and you can do that. I want these to like touch and clamp, because I was putting them on my head and they were super kind of like floaty. And when they're super floaty, they're comfortable, but they don't... It was the same problem with the SVO21s. You have these giant, luxurious, lovely pads. I mean, just fucking sexy pads. But if you have no clamp, those just sort of float there. You got to press them in to get the benefit. It's weird. You don't think that that's how it's supposed to work. But as someone who's tried a few headphones, that's exactly how it has to work. You have to get the clamp right, and then the pad softness right, so that everything balances out and it's comfortable. Because if something's just barely touching your head, no matter how soft and luxurious it is, it's annoying. It's just an annoyance on your head. It's got to press a little bit. So I made these now have clamp. And they're using the old style headband, which I've always stated I like. A lot of people don't like this new one. They want the comfort strap and everything. But let me tell you, this is the simplest thing you got. You've got this faux, like, alligator leather. It's padded enough. It's wide enough that it rests in your head, especially when you clamp it down like that. That's the actual... Here, wait. Let me see. So, all the way up. These might be a problem for people who have very high ears. I guess you'll know if you have high ears. Because I have it as constricted as I can. Like, all the way up. There's nothing down. And if I take them off my head straight like this, that's what they look like. So the whole thing is basically resting on my head. So the comfort's there. I love the comfort. The problem being that these pads, which are fucking massive, really need to find a seal and be proper, need more clamp. So this has helped a great deal doing that thing I just did. Oh, I'm not using the stock cables on any of these, actually. Here's the stock cable. I don't hate it. Did you hear the words? I don't hate this stock cable from Hifiman. Look, that's straight. I didn't even have to like do anything to it. It's a 3.5 millimeter on a very nice, it's like a rubbery but not sticky wire. Like, that's just smooth to a very basic split to more smooth, rubbery but yet not sticky adapters to 3.5 millimeters. 3.5 millimeter is my preferred adapter now. These are both 2.5 millimeter. So I put on I will link to Periapt, but they no longer have the Z Reviews branded or styled cable for sale. But don't worry, look forward to the Hi-Fi Guides one, which has a unique color scheme as well. And we'll announce that, and maybe we'll do some coupon codes if you're on Hi-Fi Guides. So, yeah. Hi-Fi Guides one's coming. So if you want to collect all two, there you go. So I don't mind the build. They're super light. If these were planar, they'd probably be heavier. I don't admire, like, you could literally see that 3 days ago I had bacon and I touched it, and there's the thing. So you're going to have to give these a wipe. The pads are super comfy once you get the clamp right. Again, floaty I'm not into. But I guess we should probably talk about the sound. Zeo's timestamp. Shit, I got to do time. I'll probably do timestamps as it's live because I need to get this out quickly. Oh, there it says R7DX. R7D. It still doesn't sound like it's the right thing. So let's put them on my head. The first thing I noticed before I put them on the burner rig, because you got to like adjust the levels on it, was like, oh man, these probably don't suck. That's like the first Z reviews. Oh my fucking God. I forgot that I started this review with Static X Deliver Me playing for a specific reason, because I had these, I was wearing these and that song came on, Static X Deliver Me. And I'm like, oh God, they're harsh. And then I tried both of these other ones on multiple amps and it's like, oh good, they're all harsh. That song is just harsh. Let's get the fuck off that song. To the Prague Philharmonic of 2001: A Space Odyssey, which has way too long a burn-in. Yeah. So, well, okay. These sound huge. And I think it might actually be due to the physical, like I'm talking about physical hugeness of them. All these other headphones, well, these two other headphones just sound, you know, very concentrated. They sound their size. This motherfucker rocks up with like planetary size cups and it feels like it's using them. Like I haven't, I'll yank the pad off now, even though I didn't want to do it because God knows how impossible it's going to be. They're not even using like vent holes. Oh, there's a couple up here. See the driver. It just sounds like there's something coming from all around this. Interesting metal. By the way, I know this is Mark 18 and this is Mark 17. So they have individualized markings on the drivers. And you can see the pad is just, it makes the hole a little bit bigger and it makes it dip down a little bit lower, but why? Why make it more complicated? So they sound huge. They sound slightly bass light. Actually, that went on real easy. Please, Hifiman, don't make pads easy to take off and don't sell replacements or different tunings. That's the most important thing. So you put them on. You play 2001: A Space Odyssey, or you play Run the Jewels, Talk to Me. And they sound immediate and more detailed than both of those. Detailed. Detail. The thing I wanted to avoid in the SVO21s because I just want to relax. And the thing that the Blondes do okay, these do the best of the three. Detail. Pay attention to the words. They're tuned to cater to the people who are for mid-range and highs. Quality. Not like, oh my God, treble murder. Although you are more likely to probably find some trebly stuff in your playlist. God, they sound so natural. I hesitate to say this shit because when I say this shit, everyone takes it as fucking scripture. But these kind of remind me of Sundara a little bit. Bass light, good detail, sound huge and natural. That's literally the fucking, if I was writing the blurbs under a headphone on a website, that would be the little like one sentence. Natural sounding, slightly bass light, very open and airy. Now these aren't open, but they're so big that it's basically they've come with their own little room, which you're sitting inside of. And once you get the clamps sorted out, like if I push on the cups, like literally push them against my ear and collapse those pads a little bit, the low end comes back. So I'm hoping that if I've made them tight enough, and if I use these enough, the pads, which are brand new, will break in. Because once you squeeze foam a couple times, it no longer expands back to its full potential. It sort of breaks and it gets thinner. And pushing these in is basically experimenting on the pastures of time. So these will probably get better at low end the longer you use them. That's a thing. I know that's a thing, and it's... Oh, they're also 16 ohms. I want to say that. So I had a good plug fest, just plugging them into everything on my desk to make sure that doesn't affect it negatively. Because 16 ohms is very efficient. Like, I usually take this out for IMs. This is the Wild 11 Topaz. And I have it on low gain. And sometimes on IMs, even then I have to put it on high gain. But I'm on low gain and I'm like, I'm using like a third of the volume to be loud enough. Yeah, it's a very large, very detailed sound. And it just... Lower that. We'll do the Blondes. The Blondes are probably the most different. They actually sound a little bit more soundstagey than the Blondes. Like this from Neko Monogatari. Like that guitar is more in my head here than it is with those. But this has that tonality, that low end. That brings a warmth to that sound. Whereas this is a little more, I don't want to say the word sterile, but it's clearer without as much low end rumble. Like I kind of think this with an EQ, like if you had the IFI set up and you bass boosted it. In fact, wait a second, I have the 4.4. Oh God, don't drop that. Let's do this, and we'll do that. We'll do that. Oh God, I'm on 3 gain, lowest gain. Because this might be the match made in heaven, because they're even the similar colors. Although that one's got anime titties on it. But IFI Zen can here. Blue, 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 blue with a bass boost. It shouldn't need 3D. Although you'd have to buy the balance cable if you really want to go nuts. Even though this cable is nice. Put that up. Hold on. I think I just perfected these headphones. How to Destroy Angels. How to Destroy Angels, you know, that's Trent Reznor. And I really need to listen to more of them because, God, it's so good. Yeah, lowest gain at noon, balanced. Bass boost. Yeah. All right. Long story short, these compete. These are a contender. You now have 3 choices. We went for the fucking longest time with no options. I want to close back for under 200 Zeos. What do you recommend? And I was like, Takstar Pro 82s, M4DXs maybe, Meze 99s. Those 3, and then you had to get into like I mean, if the Cooler Masters were available, 751s. But that's like 4 years worth of reviews. I'm literally stating what you could get for under $200 that was closed back. Please feel free to add lists in the description or in the comments. Because I don't remember everything. I'm looking at my wall. The things on my wall is what I remember. There was the One More Tridents were good. The B&O H6s were good. AKG 361. There you go. That was another one. AKG 361. Sennheiser HD 280 Pros. But those needed like a tube to be fun, but they were very linear. A Sony CD900 STs, I think those are over 200. So now, within the span of like 2 months, 3 almost identical cost, very different sounding. These 2 sound more similar than this, but they're all worth looking into. If you're looking for just warm silkiness, boom, Sivga. If you're looking for the warm silkiness, a little more presence and low end, Blon B60s. And if you're looking for one that's tuned more for detail and just bigness, essentially Sandaras, but dynamic. I said it, now it's on camera and I'm not refilming this. Then you're going to get the RD7. How do I say this so that you don't get it confused? Wait, what are the military call signs? What's R? Roger 7 Delta. What's X? X-ray. The Roger 7 Delta X-ray. In fact, Zeo's title, Roger 7 Delta X-ray, because there's no way the R7DX sounds like 7D. I fucking like these a lot. I might even love them. I might love them. I have only used them today and a little bit yesterday and when I first set them up. And I've listened to them on 4 or 5 different amps. And now I've plugged it in for the first time on that one. And I put bass boost on for the first time. And it's just like, fuck. I might really like these. So, hi, Fiman. Congratulations. Next thing you got to do is take the Bluetooth stuff you put into the... What the heck is the Bluetooth Hifiman that was... The Diva? The Diva? Take the Bluetooth shit out of that. Put it in this. Because I would rock these as a Bluetooth headphone outside. Make them $175. I really like them. Tool Flood. Yeah, things are just boom, boom. There's waves of sound with these. They're so big sounding. Oh yeah, bass boost. And if I hold my hands on the cups, it still produces more low end, even with bass. It's just more. God, I got to figure out how to. I got to break these pads in. I may have to actually, if you want to try accelerating the braking on the pads, you can take them off the headphones and literally just put them in your driveway and drive over them a bunch of times as you come and go, or just slam them under a book. I'm trying to think of ways to break in, because you can't just press them. You gotta press them repeatedly. What would be a good way to do that? Put them on your chair. Just put them on your put them right there, and every time you get up and sit down, you'll press your pads for a week or two, and then you can say everything's good. This is advice you don't get at other channels. Of course, it also smell like ass, but you know. So yeah, the Roger 7 Delta X-Ray. I fucking like them. Plenty of room here also for anime stickers. I just wish the paint, like, oh my God, I've been touching them for like an hour and they look like the floor of a movie theater, not a current movie theater, like when movie theaters are busy. But yeah, no, and I like the shape and I like the comfort. And as long as you increase that clamp, which is already sort of like loosen the clamp, it's not bad. And the wire is good. Oh, the box came from Drop with nothing. There's nothing and like bubble wrap. I was like, that's good enough. I obviously don't have the sound demo ready yet. Sound demo, I might try to squeeze the sound demo today or tomorrow. You'll see that on the other channel. Go to the other channel for the sound demo. I'll link to all these in case, you know, if you have one of these, don't be upset. I hate doing this because I know I have a very large audience. I know when people buy something that I say, this is great. If you bought these, you were upset when I released a video of this. This is like the last video I released. So I put this out and now I'm forcing this one out like a day later. I'm sorry to my patrons also, because this is not going to Patreon, obviously. I'm going to start editing other videos I have set up. I got a couple more coming. Obviously, my whole desk is covered with shit. Patrons currently have no unreleased videos, which I hate getting to that state because they're paying to see this shit early. If you are a patron of mine, usually you can see reviews early, participate in yard sales where I sell things, and hear lossless sound demos and also sound demos that have gone missing. Currently, the see reviews early thing hasn't happened, but I will shove a fuck. I'm just going to do like, I got subwoofers to do. I got a couple IMs, or these true wireless. I do have LCD 5 just sort of chilling on the table back there. I got tons of stuff I could do. I just want to spend enough time with them that I'm not rushing it and lying. Because if I'm just like, I heard this for 12 minutes, I don't want to do that. I don't do that because I feel guilty making the video. At least these I've used enough that I fucking grasp their fucking aura and I can give you a review. But yeah, I think that's good enough for today. I think I can generate just enough buzz that people are interested in these. And when they actually come out and everyone gets them in Drop 15 months, I don't know. Actually, they probably Hifiman can push them out pretty quick. I don't know. I haven't read it'll be available in April 2023. But when they do come out and people get them and they sound like I'm describing, I think there's going to be interest. And hopefully they'll push these to Amazon too, so you don't have to wait for the drop shit. But yeah, okay. Patreon subscribes are for those three things. $10 a month gets you in the behind the scenes private Telegram chat, where those people found out today and got a link to the Fight Club song that I like these. If you want to ask me any questions, please do it on the patronage chat. I'm sorry to put it behind a small paywall, but I need to consolidate it into one spot that's actually feasible when I have, 250,000. By the way, thank you for 250,000 subscribers. Although I'm sure 200,000 of you are bots. Just how it works. And wallpaper, that cute wallpaper is available in the description. And a sound demo is on another channel, and you can get to that there. And also the review series are there. And I got to go now download this camera hurriedly, rewatch this. At least I should know what I have to link for. I didn't plug it into you today. But yeah, no, I'll get everything going. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Sorry this video came out late in the day, but I'd rather get it done while the actual drop thing is dropping. And I'll see you all in 2 days, possibly with another video, possibly with a bullshit video about my hand dryer. You'll find out.